All right, so friends, tell us how you collaborate and communicate during your class activities.
Well, how we collaborate in 5th grade, what we do is one person talks at a time and they share what they think their idea is. And then if two people have different ideas, we combine them to make sure that everybody gets what they want.
And one way we communicate is we have partners, and then we share with our partner. Like if it's homework, we share what we think the answer is, or anything like that.
Right. What about 4th graders?
What we do pretty much is we try to find people we can collaborate really good with, and like what we do is we wait for the other person to stop talking, and we sit straight up and we just don't really be fidgety or talk at all.
And peer share.
Talk about what's pair share.
Peer share is like when you have to pick one person as your partner and then discuss what you have, what you're thinking is going to happen next.
Like for example, in our book, The Tiger Rising, we would pair share about how we were thinking that people would feel in the book.
Perfect. Perfect. What about 3rd graders?
Maybe sometimes when we're reading a book, we'll turn and talk sometimes, and we need to talk about the book sometimes.
Okay, so what do you talk about?
We talk about how the book is like if it's easy, hard, or just right for you.
Okay. All right.
I have a question. What can you think of a way that you show perseverance where you don't give up even when something gets hard?
So like when I'm reading, for an example, because this has happened to me many times, when I'm reading a book sometimes, I don't know some of the words, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I never give up, and what I do is I take a Post-it and I write it 3 times and try to pronounce it, and whatever way I think is the best, I tell my teacher, and then she and tells me if it's right or wrong.
Excellent. Great.
So sometimes I'm in the Starr Math or Starr Reading. There's one question that's really hard, and I keep trying when it's really hard.
Great job. Anybody else? How do you persevere?
How we persevere is if we experiment on something and if it doesn't come out the way it's supposed to, we just keep trying until we get it right.
Okay.
Excellent. What about adaptability or flexible thinking, where you've thought what you were doing was the right course, but maybe you had to change it based on what was happening?
In math, we learned a new rounding technique, but most people round a certain way, and it was hard. It's called front end estimating rounding, and it's where you take the first number and you round it based on that, and then you take the hundreds place and
Yeah, and everybody else rounded it the other way, and we all had to adapt to rounding it the other way.
Yeah, it was very hard to get used to and all.
What about when you have something that's very hard to understand and you really have to think deeply?
What we do for math, if we had a question and there was no room, say it was on the computer for Starr Math, we'd take out our whiteboard or a piece of paper and we write our thinking down on that so we wouldn't have to do it in our head, and then probably we'd mess up in our head, but we're able to get our thinking down on the paper or whiteboard
instead of doing it on the computer.
Okay, very good. Anybody else? Thinking critically.
I forgot what I was just going to say.
That's okay. When things are really difficult, how do you attack it?
Well, sometimes when we are doing division, sometimes it's hard for me, so sometimes I need to do a multiplication one to get the answer.
Excellent. Excellent.
Great job.
Excellent. Wonderful ways of showing how we use our SCP skills in the classroom every day.